Welcome to this edition of Buncombe Life. As I always say, the landfill is one of my favorite places to come to. People laugh at me, Christy, when I tell them that. But we always make sure it's a pretty day when we come out here. It's not raining, it's not too cold. And again today we've chosen beautiful this place. It's one of the prettiest places in Buncombe County. And thanks to the work of you guys out here at the landfill, it's always just a gorgeous place to come. Glad you're with me. I'm here with
Christy Smith,
who is the
bioreactor manager.
Okay, we're going to explain what that is. Trust me. So just sit back and relax. You're going to love this episode because we're going to learn tons of stuff about what's going on in Buncombe County. You're going to be so proud when you're finished with this episode of your county. You'll just be amazed. What we're going to talk about is your job title is the bioreactor manager.
Right.
We've had the bioreactor for a while.
We have.
But we've got a new piece.
We did.
I don't want to tell the folks at home, as much as I've heard this talked about, and they've probably heard on the radio now stuff about what we're doing, I still don't get it.
Okay.
And you guys at home, we're going to walk through what's going on out here. And you would think, standing on top of a pile of garbage like we are right now, and a big mountain of garbage, that it would smell bad. It doesn't, but I do smell something.
You smell landfill gas.
I smell landfill gas because we're close to this thing that Christy's going to tell us about in a minute.
Yep.
But let's just start with the landfill. You know, the landfill is where people bring garbage, and right here I'm seeing garbage come in and be covered.
That's our active disposal area right there.
Yeah, the active area.
Yep.
What we're standing on is one of the not active areas
Correct.
anymore. It got full,
Yep.
covered up, and then when it got full, Buncombe County became one of the first in the United States to do what?
To operate the landfill as a bioreactor.
There's that word again, bioreactor. Right. Can you tell me what is that and why should we be amazed?
Yeah, today I wanted to talk about two of the largest projects we have at the landfill. These projects individually are impressive and beneficial to the landfill and the community. But when you combine these two projects together, the benefits are even greater. And they work together to help produce gas, create revenues, and create electricity. Two projects I'm talking about is the bioreactor project and the landfill gas to energy project. Operating this landfill as a bioreactor has enhanced our capabilities to produce landfill gas. And to give you some background, when garbage decomposes, it produces landfill gas.
So this big mountain we're standing on here was garbage just piled up, covered with dirt, piled up. And then as it settles, it produces, like you said,
landfill gas.
Why?
Well, there's all sorts of little bugs down in here that eat garbage, and they're producing landfill gas as they're eating garbage. And the bioreactor has a lot of benefits, but one of them is enhancing the environment for those bugs. So there's all sorts of trenches behind me buried in this part of the landfill. All those trenches are perforated so that we can put leachate back into the landfill. Leachate is stormwater that has percolated through the garbage, settled at the bottom of the landfill, is collected, and put into our leachate lagoon.
So when it rains, it settles, and y'all have made a way for that water to settle down and then be pumped out.
Right. And then we're able to pump it back into the top, keep feeding those bugs, keep the landfill environment moist and warm, and that actually helps produce a high quality gas and a lot of gas quicker than traditional landfills.
It helps the bugs eat the
garbage,
right, which produces the gas.
Right, and the landfill gas to energy project capitalizes on that by purchasing a generator so that we're able to convert that gas to electricity.
Okay, so what is this thing here?
This is an example of our new gas well that went in. We put 25 vertical wells in last summer around the landfill. They're all strategically placed so that they can pull as much gas out of the landfill as possible.
And they're placed on these big mountains of garbage that's done, that's finished.
Right.
You've got as much in here, you've packed as much in here as you can.
Yep.
With the trenches already down under us.
Yep.
And then these wells were put in, and you can see them. There's lots of them out
there. There's 25 scattered across this part of the landfill. They're all varying depths. Some of them are 30 feet deep, some are 77 feet deep.
Oh, wow.
And what happened was we had a bucket auger that came out, a drill rig that had a bucket auger that went down into the landfill, pulled the trash out. We then put a slotted pipe in backfilled that with gravel so that the gas is attracted to that pathway. It's an easy pathway that's not having to go through rocks or dirt. It's going through that gravel, fed to that pipe, so that when we turn our energy facility on down here, that gas is able to get pulled out of the landfill and directed to our energy facility.
So what are these things? This is where it's pulling the gas
This
up?
is the vertical well. This one itself is probably about 60 feet deep. This is the one that goes down into the garbage. And when we crank our energy facility up, the blower down there will act as a vacuum. So it will pull the gas up out of that pipe, put it through this hose that's then attached to a gas header that's buried under the landfill that directs all the gas to that blower.
Now, so the first part of the project you were talking about is the bioreactor, and that was to get the gas out of the landfill, right?
No, the bioreactor feeds the gas.
Okay.
The actual gas project, when we installed these wells, is what brings the gas out of the landfill. So the gas is cooking inside the landfill because of the bioreactor, but without installing these in the energy facility, we weren't able to pull it out and put it onto the power grid.
So, but what you were doing, you were pulling it out, but then burning it off for a while.
Right, right.
And that was fine. That was working. That was making the landfill last longer.
Well, and you're destructing methane. Even if you're flaring or you're producing power on the grid, you're destructing methane, which is removing a greenhouse gas, which, as we all know, is attributed to global warming.
Right.
So this project actually allows us to put that gas into electricity so that we're even destroying the greenhouse gases even more.
And that's the most exciting part to me of the project. So, and we're going to show this on screen for y'all so you can see the whole process, because it is a little complicated. But so the first thing you did is the bioreactor, which accelerated the manufacture of the gas.
Correct, yes.
Help those little bugs eat faster.
You got it.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you put the wells in, dug the wells, which is this thing here,
Right.
over the garbage. I have to look at my cheat notes because this is so amazing. Then now we have the generator.
Right.
Okay. So it's going to, like you just said, it's going to pull that big fan, which we're going to show you too. Big fan's going to pull the gas
Right.
out of here.
Yeah, the blower down there acts as a vacuum, so it pulls the gas out of the landfill. And gas is mostly 50% carbon dioxide, 50% methane, and a small percentage of trace other gases. So from the blower, the gas is then directed to the gas conditioning skid, which sort of pressurizes and dries the gas and gets it ready to go to our generator. Our generator is a 1.4 megawatt reciprocating engine. It combusts the methane to produce electricity.
Blows it up.
Combusts it, right.
Blows it up.
And it turns that methane into mechanical energy that we can then turn into electricity. We also have a switchgear house down there that's the transformer. It actually increases the voltage of the electricity so we can upload it to the local power grid.
Wow.
Right.
That is like Star Wars technology. I mean, because truly you're producing something from garbage.
True, and it is considered a renewable energy, so we're getting renewable energy credits with the power company. The power lines are French Broad EMC's power lines. Progress Energy, however, is buying the power.
Right.
And we also, GreenCo, will be purchasing our renewable energy credits.
Hungry?
Yeah.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Mom, can I have $1?
I think my purse is upstairs on the bed.
It's not here.
Check the dining room.
No.
The upstairs closet?
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Packers.
Viking.
Packers.
Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown. Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Visit your local tailgate market and fall in love with the freshest, best tasting food around. Find your farmer at mountainmarkets.com.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap snacks Sunday. All the healthy children eat well and move a lot. And move a lot. And move a lot. Eat well and move a lot. 60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Skip a rope Saturday, freeze tag Friday, tap dance Thursday. Whole grains Wednesday, try a veggie Tuesday. Let's move Monday, split the sweet Sunday. Eat well and move a lot. Today is Saturday. Yeah. Today is Saturday. All the healthy children, all the healthy children. Get ideas. Get involved. Get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
So, from the start, my garbage leaves my little house on the truck, comes out here and gets dumped. Eventually, will become something like this, a mountain of finished garbage. This is the best we can do with it.
Yep.
But here in Buncombe, it's not the best we can do with it because we have put these things in,
right,
which suck off the methane.
Yep.
It goes in, it gets, and I think that's so amazing that they have to actually pull the good gas out of the bad gas.
Right.
It gets sucked into a generator, powers a generator, that pulls off electricity, that gets sold, and this is, I'm reading from what you have put here in this article, that will light 1,100 homes a year.
Correct. Yep.
That's amazing.
It is. It's a 1.4 megawatts. We estimate about 1,100 homes, and that's just the beginning of the landfill gas to energy project. Right. This is the first generator. We anticipate putting 2, maybe 3 additional generators out here so that we're able to produce even more electricity as the life of the landfill goes. And we are continuing with the bioreactor. We're expanding that actually in the next month or 2. We're going to put additional lines into that current disposal area that you're looking at, and that's going to allow us to feed that gas quicker once again, keep this process going. So we're going to put the first line of trenches in down there. As soon as we get some more garbage in, we'll put another line of trenches, and on we'll keep going.
Wow. Wow. So and this actually it prolongs the life of the landfill itself.
Right.
But then makes the landfill make money for us.
Right.
Because I know folks at home are going, how much did this cost me? I mean, I would be. If I was watching this, I would want to know.
Yeah.
It says this project has been funded in large by a $3 million federal stimulus grant. Now, tell me a little bit about that.
We got federal stimulus money as part of the Jobs Act. This project is a Made in America job. All of our contractors, all of our supplies, everything you saw down at the energy facility is made in America.
Did you catch that? All of it. Made in America.
Yes.
Love it.
And we definitely hired a lot of local contractors. We have a lot of local people working out here, so it's a really good project.
Okay. So, and that was a stimulus grant that we got to do that. But then it says, and this is wonderful, that we're going to sell that power, like you said, to French Broad Co-op, to Progress Energy.
Right.
And then our renewable energy credits will be sold to what the heck is a green energy credit?
A renewable energy credit is something that the state of North Carolina gets to enjoy because they have a law that so much energy has to be renewable energy. Progress Energy's invested into solar panels, as you know. They've invested into various types of renewable energy, and this project is a renewable energy project.
Yeah.
So we get to have somebody purchase our renewable energy credits, which are tied to the amount of energy we produce.
Right, and so that the state gets credit, and then we get money back.
Yep.
Oh, so that makes sense. So all of that together will repay the loan and operate the project, resulting in an annual net revenue to the county.
Right.
Of $200,000. And that's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
That almost, even in my mind, I work for the government. I love the government. I think everything we do is great. But when I hear something about this, I think, if I'm sitting at home watching this, with all the stuff going on about government, I'm going, that's not possible. That is not possible that they could do something that good. But we did.
We did. And we're doing it, and we hope to have that energy facility running within a month, and we'll be putting that green power onto the grid.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And this is renewable energy because, as we know, garbage never stops.
It does not stop. Every day.
And nobody at home is going to be...
Nobody wants it to stop at home.
That's right.
They don't want it to build up at home.
No. And nobody at home by recycling is going to hurt this project.
No.
Please recycle.
Yeah.
Please pull out everything because this is based on garbage.
There's a lot of things out there that aren't recyclable, and it's got to go somewhere. And it ends up here, and then it's able to fund projects like this, like the bioreactor, like the gas project. And don't stop recycling because we got such a great project out here. There's a bunch of things that just cannot get recycled.
And will actually help, I would think, help the project by getting the recyclables out because those don't decompose. They sit in there and sit there forever.
Right, plastic bottles last 1,000 years.
Right, yeah. So get those out of the waste stream and put your garbage out here. I did want to just tell the folks at home, this is such a great grid here that we'll show you so you can get a grasp of everything we've talked about. Such an amazing project. And you say that we will be selling the power soon. So probably by the time the folks at home see this, we may already be selling power.
Should be, yeah.
And that the project, it won't end. This is going to continue.
It's going to keep going. In the landfill business, traditional landfills produce gas about 15 years after that first bag of garbage goes in.
Right.
Okay. So when Buncombe County chose to operate as a bioreactor, one of the many benefits was to produce gas quicker. We're producing gas 5 years but instead of 15 years. And we're peaking at 15 years instead of 30. And we're able to produce longer, quicker than a traditional landfill. So keeping that bioreactor active helps keep that gas production going so that all these projects can keep going for the life of the landfill. So even after we're gone from this landfill in 20-something years, our gas production still will be able to be a revenue source for the county.
A revenue source and an electrical source.
Right.
I mean, that's amazing. That's such a win-win-win for everybody.
It is.
It is. And I have to say, a good investment of the $3 million federal stimulus funds. This is a good investment of funds.
It really is.
Now, I know the bioreactor piece of this whole project, we were one of only 2 in the United States.
We were.
How about the generator? Is that pretty new, or are there a lot of landfills doing that kind
There's a lot of landfills out there producing electricity. There's not as many that try to do a bioreactor and the landfill gas at the same time. landfills all across the country produce landfill gas.
Right.
It's just whether or not you capitalize on it. And our county has been able to make that investment because it is a substantial one. There's a lot of landfills out there that just can't make that kind of investment.
Right.
So we're lucky in that regard in that the county was able to take that leap and make that investment.
Right. So for the landfills that don't actually capture, they just burn it off.
Yeah, or it's just emitted naturally. You know,
Okay.
there's a lot of landfills out there that are small enough where they don't have to actually capture it. It just emits naturally. So.
Wow, that is just such a cool thing.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Visit your local tailgate market and fall in love with the freshest, best tasting food around. Find your farmer at mountainmarkets.com.
On behalf of all of us here at Buncombe County Government Television, BCTV 2, I want to take a minute to thank you. Thank you for watching our programs. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Buncombe Life and all the other things that we do. I also want to ask for your help. We want your feedback. We want to know what you want to know about Buncombe County. What is it you're confused about? What is it that you want to know more about? What is it you would like to see? What would be interesting to you? Because that's why we're here. We're here for you. So I want you to give me some feedback. I'm going to put my information on the screen, how to get in touch with me. Let me know what you want to see. We'll go out, we'll film it, we'll get the info, and we'll put it on here so you can know more about your county, because you can be proud of your county. We do amazing things, and sometimes we're just a little too close to it to get the information to you that you might want to know. So give us some feedback, get in touch with me, and we'll go out and we'll do the programming and get it there. I also want you to know you can watch us here on BCTV, but you can also see us online at buncombecounty.org/BCTV. You can watch them on demand. Most of our programs are there. We're also on YouTube. So lots of chances to see us. Give me that feedback and stay tuned.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Crack yellow. Found their way out of this.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
I think the most amazing thing about the whole process is how really simple it is once you break it down.
Right.
It's garbage in a hole that's decomposing, and we're capturing the energy from the decomposition and selling it back for money.
Absolutely, you got it.
That really is, y'all. That really is how simple it is. But the amount of money it took to be able to do that, but then to know we're going to get revenue from it, is such a win-win-win. It's just amazing. Now, if folks at home want to read more about this, I know there's more on our website, so they can learn more. If they have any questions, they can contact you.
Yep, give us a call, 250-5460.
That is so cool. And I would say, anytime you want to come out and see an amazing landfill, drive out here. The drive alone is gorgeous.
It is.
By the river on the way out here. And then come up here and check it out. It is amazing.
Yep, we do landfill tours and all that kind of stuff.
Well, now, do you bring school kids out here and show
We
them?
do. Yep, we get a lot of landfill tours, a lot of school kids. We get Montreat College, we get several colleges come out. We get grade school kids, we get middle schoolers, high schools. They all come out. They all have all sorts of great questions relating to the landfill, whether it's recycling or what are those things sticking out of the landfill, or you know.
I would think too, probably other states want to come and see how we're doing it here. Other landfills in other places.
Right. Yeah.
It's amazing. I told y'all you would be proud if you stepped back and listened. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Buncombe Life out here at the Buncombe County Solid Waste Management Facility at the landfill. It really is a beautiful place. You really should be proud of it. Not only does it take care of all of our garbage, it does it in a way that's great. It's totally green, saves time, saves money, saves the environment in an amazing way. I love the way that Christy so simply explained that the bioreactor, which has always confused me, is really just water that goes down through the garbage, comes out, they let it drain out, they pump it back in, accelerates the decomposition of all the garbage, which causes methane production. Now we can take that gas, run it through a generator, and light homes. That just amazes me. I hope you were equally impressed with what your county does. One thing that she wanted me to make sure I made clear is that don't stop recycling. Help us enhance what we're doing out here by continuing to recycle. One way you can do that is also to help us by using reusable bags. Plastic bags can be recycled, but not here or not at the transfer station. Those have to be recycled through your grocery store. But if you'll use green bags when you go, saves those nasty things. I know when we were driving up here to the landfill, they do such a great job with making it look pretty, but even then, the plastic bags, they just blow everywhere. It really does make a bad litter problem. She also wanted me to remind you that you can recycle at Curbside. Everybody has curbside recycling, and we want you to take advantage of that at home too. This program that you learned about today, the bioreactor generator energy producer, is just one of many things that Buncombe County does that makes us a leader not only in North Carolina but across the United States in so much of what we do, and so much for you to be proud of as one of our citizens here in Buncombe County. Anytime you have a question about any of the things you hear about on this program or any of the programs here on BCTV, please don't hesitate to call me or to call the county. Any of our offices will be happy to tell you more so you too can be proud of your county. And as always, stay tuned next month for Buncombe Life.